Hey Pittsburgh, how you doing? Josh Miller here. Welcome to another episode of A Day in the Life. Today we're hanging out with the Pittsburgh Pirates second baseman, Neil Walker, the hometown kid. We're going to hang out with him, sit tight, enjoy an episode of A Day in the Life with Neil Walker.
Hi, I'm Neil Walker. Welcome to A Day in My Life. Thank you for coming out today, and parents, thank you for bringing the kids out today. I know we had a good time, and obviously this is for a great cause, and this whole foundation touches close to home for all of us, so this is a great day for all of us, and I'm glad you guys could be a part of it. Good friends, and that's something that's really valuable. We have a really good team this year, but a lot has to do with the fact that we all get along, we all are pulling for each other, and we all have each other's back, and I think that's really important in a team setting. So anytime you get a chance to cheer on your teammate or your friend when you're playing, I think that's really important. Don't forget that, okay? More than anything, the most important thing is just hitting the ball hard and hitting the ball in the barrel. So when things may not be going great for you at the plate, because they will when you get older, it gets harder as you get older, and you're going to find it more difficult every single level to have a lot of success. You have to try to keep it simple, and you have to really try to focus on just hitting the ball hard. Because think about this stat. At my level, if I'm successful 3 out of 10 times, 3 out of 10, what's that, 30%? 30%. You're considered an all-star at my level. If you get 30% on a math test, what happens?
You get an F.
You get an F. You fail, right? Some of the things that I work on off the tee is to hit it straight ahead, okay? I'm not trying to hit it up, I'm not trying to hit it down, I'm trying to hit it straight ahead, okay? That's where your timing is the best. So when you're thinking, when you step into the box, you should be thinking hard line drive up the middle. That should be your thought process, okay? play a 7 o'clock game, I'm usually at the field between 1:30 and 2 in the afternoon. So that's about 5 hours before the game starts. Because we have to do that. We have to do the hitting. We have batting practice. I have to lift weights. There's a lot of things that go into it, the daily routine of a baseball player.
Well, we're hanging out here with Mr. Seymour. Obviously, your son passing, and we're here today. Neil Walker's the face of this camp. How does this all start at the Clint Foundation?
Well, it started literally almost immediately upon his death. You know, Neil was present, tragically. He'd come down to Charleston where Clint had been assaulted, and he was actually there with us in the hospital when Clint passed. And we were just sitting in the cafeteria at the hospital, you know, wondering what happens next. And the one thing that we all, Neil and his wife Nikki and I, there wasn't even any discussion. It was just assumed that we were going to do something in Clint's name.
The Clint Seymour Foundation comes
so
right up.
The only question is what was the name going to be and exactly what we were going to do and who was going to do the legalities and so forth. But it was just instant. I mean, within a couple of instants of when he passed, the idea was there, and we've always thought that this is something that we need to do. And today is really emblematic of what we're trying to do. Things for young people that are associated with baseball, that show them the joy that can come from baseball. And if you obtain joy from playing baseball, you'll probably reap the rewards of respect and self-determination and the other character building qualities that are associated with baseball or football or marching band or whatever it is. And so that's basically what we're trying to do, is use baseball as a way to develop character, because that's what Neil and I both thought was important for Clint. You know, Neil and Clint knew each other since they were 8 years old.
Yeah, I saw the pictures of them playing since they were this high and all the way up. And
you know, Neil and I both remarked at how much Clint and the other young people that they played with, most of them were out here on the field today, how they grew up playing baseball and how their maturity, now that they're in their 20s, relates back to some of the lessons that they learned when they were playing baseball. So that's really what we're trying to. We have 110 kids here today, and I hope that all 110 of them go home with at least some little lesson about baseball or some little lesson about things that they can do in life, respecting people. I mean, you were here all day, Josh. You don't see you didn't see any of these kids yelling at each other or being mean to each other.
And the importance of sports and what you learn. I mean, life lessons. A lot of people don't understand what you can learn by being on a team. The responsibility of not letting someone down that you're a teammate with. So, and I heard Neil talk about that, the importance of that. Is there a website that you have up? And do you have? I know you have a Facebook page as well.
Yeah, we have a Facebook page. I can't tell you exactly what it is, but it's something like Clint Seymour Play Ball Fund, I think.
And can anyone go to that page and contribute?
I believe so, but no, if you want to contribute, you go to our website. We have a really nice website that a friend of Clint's and Neil's had put together. It's clintplayball.com.
clintplayball.com.
And it's going to have photos and footage from today's camp. It has photos and footage from other events that we've had. It'll have photos and footage of future things that we do. And so we want it to be a dynamic kind of a website, so that people who are interested in what we're doing or have made contribution can see what have we done over the last year, what are we hoping to do in the next year. And
so companies can go there, go to the website, and they can contribute. They can look to sponsor next year. Obviously, this was a huge success. So next year, you're looking to do the same thing?
Hopefully. Hopefully we'll do the same thing next year. I think it was, I've never done anything like this.
Well, judging by the kids and the attention.
There's a lot of things I've done in the last year that I've never done before. And so this was one of them. But I think we did a good job of it. I mean, the kids were I had almost all these kids come up to me and shake my hands when we were done, tell me what a good time they had. So yeah, I hope we do it next year. But yeah, anybody wants to make a contribution, it's very easy online. Just use a credit card, and in 2 minutes anybody can make a contribution. And we have $2 contributions, we have $5 contributions, we have $10,000 contributions. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm really proud of the fact we've had about 600 contributors to his fund. I mean, it makes me more proud of my son every day to know how many people want to be involved in something that is continuing his life in a sense.
And his legacy, I know I read one of the articles, I don't know who said it, but it seems pretty fitting, where someone said we haven't heard the last of Clint.
Yeah, that was his cousin. He was here today.
And
One of the volunteers
obviously
here today,
with the results of today and the love and the family behind it, I don't see this going away. So again, thank you very much for letting us hang out with you. I'm a father of 3, and every day I know is a gift. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you, and I know you know some of the things I'm talking about, and I hope the people who are, who have an opportunity to view this presentation, we'll be able to take a lesson or two from it also.
Great. Thank you so much again for your time.
Thank you, Josh, my president.
You're watching A Day in the Life with Josh Miller. We'll be right back. A Day in the Life with Josh Miller is brought to you by UPMC, Life-Changing Medicine, SE Tire and Wheel Center, located at 5200 Route 51 South in Belle Vernon, and Total Sports Enterprises, always a home game, located at the mall at Robinson. We'll be right back.
Nemacolin Woodlands, a luxury getaway with a welcome twist. To make your reservation, visit nemacolin.com and expect the unexpected.
Wrecking's part of our sport. Crashing and hitting things is just going to happen to you. The first time that I got injured, I tried to hide it. I tried to push through. 4 weeks later, I've been injured again, back to back. The best decision I made was to go to UPMC. We went through all these activities that had results that made sense, and things got better.
Holy cow, man, we just won the 500.
I didn't choose to be in a 25-car pileup, but I did choose UPMC.
Don't spend your time bottled up. Pack up and go. And no matter where you go, bring Rivertown along. Whether you enjoy our smooth Maxwell Scottish Ale or our refreshing Halikahiki Pineapple Ale, our advanced technology canning process ensures that Rivertown craft beers taste just as fresh and flavorful no matter where you go. Tailgating with friends, or cheering on your hometown team at the ballpark. No matter where you go, enjoy ice-cold Rivertown craft beers. Visit our brewery and take a tour.
Hey, Yins guys! It's Yinzers, the Steel City's destination for Pittsburgh's hottest team apparel. When it comes to Pittsburgh sports, Yinzers has 2 floors of the hottest gear. Football season is here, and right now we're discounting all of last year's black and gold gear to make room for the upcoming season's football merchandise. Get to Yinzers for 2 awesome floors of Pittsburgh sports apparel and novelties. Yinzers in the Strip. We've got the gear.
Welcome back to A Day in the Life with Josh Miller.
Well, welcome to A Day in the Life. I'm hanging out with Neil Walker, obviously the hometown kid and second baseman for your Pittsburgh Pirates. Very cool. So today, Clint Seymour brings us here, also along with almost 200 kids. Yeah. Can you just tell us what this means to you?
Well, it was obviously the whole situation hits close to home. Clint was obviously a very close friend of mine and lost his life last year, tragically, unfortunately. And the thing he loved was baseball. The thing he loved was being around baseball and having a good time and enjoying life. So, for me to come out here today is kind of just, it's been fun. A lot of the helpers and the volunteers are people that I've played with or that have been around for a long time, whether it's high school or pro ball or whatever. And it's just a lot of fun. Most off days you kind of look forward to doing nothing, but this is one of the days that I had obviously marked for a long time because I wanted to be out here, be a part of it, and regardless of the foundation, that have the kids come out here and have fun.
Now, when you're out here and you're looking at these kids, do you have your little flashbacks? When you tell these kids, hey, listen, this could be you, you mean that.
Yeah.
I mean, that was you. You were sitting there, you were that young, living in a cartoon, and suddenly you're in your hometown and you're kind of giving back to the kids. But when it comes out of your mouth and you talk to these kids, is it pretty cool for yourself? Because that's pretty much the path that you walk.
Yeah, it definitely it takes me back several years when I was being a field rat or whatever you want to call it, tagging along with my brothers and my sister, and and then you come out here and you watch some of the kids run around, and you see some kids that are 11 years old with a cannon for an arm and really good, fielding motions and hitting the ball a mile for their age, and you're going, oh, this kid might have a chance. So it definitely takes me back, and it's fun to see, because this isn't, certainly Western Pennsylvania is not an area that
Right.
is renowned for baseball, but
Right.
I think over the last several years we've seen it kind of grow and grow, especially at the youth level.
Now, I get a lot of questions to ask you this, so I'm going to do it now that I have you. What kind of pressure? I know pressure seeing 100-mile-per-hour fastball.
Yeah.
You talk to kids about that. 98, bottom of the ninth, things of that nature. But what about just playing at home? What about just playing in your backyard? I have to assume that brings a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, it does. I think, the first couple years up, it kind of not affected me, but I think it drained me mentally and emotionally more than anything. I was trying to, help everybody out and do this for everybody, and then it just got exhausting. My phone will be blowing up until 5, 6 p.m. before a 7 o'clock game, and I'm going, oh, hold on, I gotta slow this down. So we've simplified things, and but I think that a lot of it, I mean, I consider myself a blue-collar Pittsburgher and somebody that plays the game the right way, and I think that from that standpoint, it makes it easy for me to play in this city, because I can relate to people in that way and understand how fans view the professional sports, whether it's the Steelers, Penguins, Pirates, whatever the case may be. But at the same time, there is a lot of pressure that goes along with that, because I know how they think, how the fans think, and I know what they expect from the players and things like that. And so there definitely comes a lot of expectation going along with being at the major league level. But yeah, I think more so playing in the hometown. But you try to simplify things. You try to, as cliche as it sounds, you try to take it day to day, and you try to focus on kind of the things that you can control and take it from there.
Now, when you look back on your career, people are going to have no choice but to remember that you joined a team that wasn't doing too good. And then you also will be remembered for one of the reasons why they became good again. I mean, is that kind of cool? I understand being in your backyard playing has responsibilities. Everybody's hitting you up for tickets, do this, do that. But it's also kind of cool getting the pats on the back as well for kind of saving the team.
Absolutely. And knowing that every single night I get to go home and sleep in my own bed, and obviously unless we're on the road, is something that not a lot of people get to do. But like you said, to be a part of something as special as going from where we were and being a part of the 20 years of losing, and to know what it felt like to lose 100 games in 2010, 2011, and then flip the script and watch the core guys kind of grow together and add the pieces that we needed. That I have a lot of pride in that, and more from being from this area and knowing what it took to get to where we are and to be a part of that, and that's one of the reasons I'd like to be here for a long time, and hopefully that's the case.
Now, obviously, you have to be good. I heard you talk about this with the kids a little bit. You talked about in the locker room, kind of having that feeling of not wanting to let the guys down to the left or to the right of you. Is that one of the major reasons? Because baseball players, you're all good. You're all first-round picks. You're all this, that, or the other. You all get paid a ton of money. But yet sometimes it doesn't fit. Guys don't do well. Guys check out. Guys look at this job as a paycheck, and then they leave. But then when you do well, things become electric, and now suddenly you're at a whole new level. It just brings Josh Harrison into it. That seemed very contagious. When you didn't want to play, you played, and he played every play. You play every play as if it's your last play. It's just, but that's not everywhere. So I mean, chemistry seems to be a big part of it.
It's huge, and that goes from the front office to the coaching staff to the players to the veterans to the rookies, and I'm sure you've seen it too. You could have the highest paid parent best player in any sport, and they just may not mesh well. He may be a guy that he doesn't play well. He kind of brings everybody down. He plays well. He kind of is the happiest guy, and that's emotionally draining, I think, for a team. And you could tell as the season goes along, how guys are interacting and what the atmosphere is like. And fortunately on these teams, especially these last 3 years, the teams that we've had that have been very good, it's been guys that have had each other's back. Guys are pulling for each other. Even guys that are fighting for jobs with other guys, they're pulling for each other. They want everybody to do well. They're not going up there hoping that guys are striking out or having bad pitching outings and things like that. And that's very rare at the professional level. And to be a part of that is very special, because it makes going to the ballpark, whether you're in a slump yourself or as a team, or you're at a 10-game winning streak, 10-game hitting streak, whatever the case may be, it's almost like every day is the same, and it's brand new, and everything is upbeat, and that's the camaraderie is something that you kind of crave, especially in the off season when you're by yourself working out or doing things like that. You're like, man, you miss being in the locker room with the guys.
Right.
You're watching A Day in the Life with Josh Miller. We'll be right back. A Day in the Life with Josh Miller is brought to you by UPMC, Life-Changing Medicine, SE Tire and Wheel Center, located at 5200 Route 51 South in Belle Vernon, and Total Sports Enterprises, always a home game, located at the mall at Robinson. We'll be right back.
We all have choices to make, but no one should have to choose between food and medicine. If you are in need of help, or if you can give help, please go to pittsburghfoodbank.org.
Hey, Yins guys! It's Yinzers, the Steel City's destination for Pittsburgh's hottest team apparel. When it comes to Pittsburgh sports, Yinzers has 2 floors of the hottest gear. Football season is here, and right now we're discounting all of last year's black and gold gear to make room for the upcoming season's football merchandise. Get to Yinzers for 2 awesome floors of Pittsburgh sports apparel and novelties. Yinzers in the Strip. We've got the gear.
Nemacolin Woodlands, a luxury getaway with a welcome twist. To make your reservation, visit nemacolin.com and expect the unexpected.
You got to be a little off anyway, I think, to be a catcher. Got hit with a couple foul balls to the head and didn't really think anything of it. Felt a little foggy, couldn't eat. The anger came really quick. When I'd go to swing, the ball would kind of disappear. My wife said, if you don't tell the doctors, I'm going to. They sent me to UPMC. He looked at me and said, you got a pretty good concussion. Gave me a plan, like a rehab for your brain, just to come from that to catch the last out of the series. I didn't choose to get those concussions, but I did choose UPMC.
Welcome back to A Day in the Life with Josh Miller.
Now, for the parent out there, for the kid out there, these kids that you saw today and hung out with, they all live in a cartoon, and they should, for as long as they can.
Right.
Then there's the dad that takes their kid and they're playing the same sport now all year round, as
Right.
opposed to playing 3. You grew up playing a bunch of sports. Now, do you suggest that? Is that what you're looking for? Do you still see guys have to specialize early on, or how old do you have to be in order to play something full year?
Right. I mean, that's a great question. I mean, I always felt like playing 3 sports kept me more athletic, especially going through the high school levels. Obviously, at the lower levels, I was trying to play every sport. I was playing soccer, baseball, basketball, hockey, whatever the case may be. And I think when I got to about sophomore or junior year, I started to realize that it was either going to be baseball or football. And with my lineage of my dad and my brother and my uncle, I was like, it's pretty easy choice, and I don't really feel like destroying my body.
Right. Slow and white, really, is what you're saying.
Right.
Okay.
But I think when I was a senior in high school in the fall, people were telling me, you're crazy for playing football. But part of me, I didn't even think twice about it. Like the camaraderie, it was so much fun. The feeling I got on Friday night was just incredible. And then when I got to the winter, people were like, you're crazy for playing basketball.
Right.
And I played basketball up to my senior year, and we went to the state championship in football my senior year, so it went way in, and I was beat up pretty good. So I said, all right, this is when I'm gonna focus on baseball. I know that's what I want to do. I got to November, and I signed a letter of intent with Clemson to just play baseball. I knew that's what I wanted to do. But even up into that point, I was playing at least 2 sports, and even that summer going into my senior year, that was the first time I did a national showcase for baseball, and that's kind of when my career took off. But I honestly feel like it kept me athletic to play as many sports as I could, and body got beat up a little bit, but not anything that is even affecting me now.
Excellent answer. So, and I'm going to leave you with this one. Yes, you got to put time in to be good, but also between the ears. In order to make it to the next level, and then the next level, and the next level, you have to be mentally strong. Absolutely. A lot of guys on paper are strong. They could bench 225, they could run a 4.3, but once they put it all together over a period of time, they fizzle out because of what's between the ears. Right. What's been your key?
I think I think being fortunate enough to have people around me, my dad, my brother, my brother-in-law, good teammates, you really try to seek out the people that bring out the positivity in you and bring out the good things. And in the sport that I play in, I was telling the kids earlier, 30% is considered an immaculate success.
Yeah, if you're a doctor and you save 30% of your patients,
you're in trouble.
You're not doing well. You're not a doctor anymore. Right.
So for me, you have to forget about the bad days. You have to forget about the bad at bats, and you have to focus on the good things. And you have to focus on, the day-to-day things. How can I get better? Looking forward to the next day. Doing your homework on that day's particular starter, not worrying about the 3 strikeouts that you may have had the day before, not even worrying about the 3 doubles that you might have had the day before, but almost dumb yourself down. It's kind of, it sounds easy, but it also sounds kind of silly. But it's the best players that I've seen in baseball certainly weren't the smartest guys, but they were the guys that knew how to grind. They knew how to get the most out of themselves. But ultimately, if they had a bad at bat, or they had 3 at bats going into the last at bat, and they had a big at bat, you would have never known it. You would have never known. They never got too high, never got too low. They stayed somewhere in the middle, and that's something that I try to do on a daily basis, and it's extremely hard. Because it's like I said, you're going to fail way more than you're going to succeed in what we do. But you have to find that positive energy, that positive, camaraderie, and you try to. Dish that off to your teammates and to your family and to your friends, and and that's something that I've been very fortunate. When I grew up, it was if I had a bad day, my dad was never saying, "Oh, you didn't do this right, you didn't do that right, you missed this ball, you struck out 3 times." It was, "Hey, did you try hard today? Did you work hard? Did you go out there? Did you hustle down to first? Did you put good swings on the ball?" And that's all we can control. And I think that's a very valuable thing to teach the kids as they grow up.
Very cool. Well, I know it's your day off. I appreciate you hanging out with us. All the best to you. Have fun for the rest of the season.
I appreciate it.
Well, Pittsburgh, I hope you enjoyed that episode of A Day in a Life. I want to thank the Seymour family for letting us tag along today. And obviously, I want to thank Neil Walker for letting us spend time with him on his day off. As you can tell, he's up to a lot of great things off the field. Stay tuned for future episodes of A Day in a Life.